Mm. Okay, you can start.
Okay. Okay. What do you want? Like that.
I welcome everybody. Good evening. Um, so I'll just give a few little minutes to go to let some people get online. It's just gone 6 o'clock. I see Quibus is eager beaver. He's online first. Okay, so I'm going to start now. So firstly, thank you for registering for the third running of the Prisonbreak Triathlon. And I think it goes without saying that I should first thank our sponsors. So Fluid Lines, Belega, Brooks, Hammer, Sportsman's Warehouse, Orca, Prime Cleaning Services, Ken Forrester Wines, Better Bond, Slick Stick, Igloo Ice Therapy, Rudy Project, and UFUS. We also have a few other service providers that are offering prizes and items for your goodie bag, but you'll see those in due course. So I think I'll touch on firstly on registration. So we have 3 registrations, which are at the Oceana Powerboat Club on Wednesday, and that's the Oceana Powerboat Club in Cape Town, not the Milnerton one, as per the link on the website. And then that's from 3 to 6 or 3 to 7, something like that. And then Thursday at our offices, which is pretty much the whole day. Then Friday will be at the venue from the 2 hours or so in the afternoon. And then for those who can't make it to either of those, there will be Saturday morning at race starts. And I'll show you, it's in a different location to last year. So if you were there last year, just please just follow this because it's in a different place. So I'm just going to switch to the website now just to show you. So all the information you can find under events on fluidlines.co.za, and under Prisonbreak you will find all the information that we're going to go through now with you. So the first thing is, if you're going to come to registration, you will need to bring your ID with so that we can make sure that we're dishing out the correct race number to the correct Robert or Jenna or Howard or whoever it is. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you are collecting for a friend or a teammate or a colleague, then just have a look at the instructions as to what you need to do. This is also available on the website, as well as the letter of consent that needs to be completed and a copy of their ID. So we will need a copy of their ID. We will just check your ID on registration and then hand you their race pack. So I think that's pretty clear. So then I will move on to the race day. So the race day schedule and procedure, once again, is also available on the website with all the items that are listed here, which I'm going to go through. So the gates open at 5:30. The transition opens at 6. That allows you time to park and get from the parking to either registration or to the transition area. Then you will rack your bikes and register and do everything you need to until 7:30, when the transition will close, and then I will go through the rest with you now, step for step. So I will do the mini and the maxi and the teams and the aqua bike kind of combined so that I'm not duplicating what I'm saying. So the first is obviously Let's get the elephant out the room. I suppose everybody knows that there is a problem with the tunnel with a bus that burnt in the tunnel on Thursday afternoon or Friday. So the tunnel is closed for 2 weeks. And of course, as Murphy would have it, they just closed the Kloof Pass to do some work on that. But Sanrail is working at the moment to try to repair the work that has been started so that they can remove the stop and goes, because the Kloof is actually open. It just has 2 stop and goes. So they're trying to remove the stop and goes so that it's safe to have traffic in either direction while they repair the tunnel. So we will give you a final update on routes to take to get to the prison on Thursday morning. I think that allows enough time for the authorities to get their ducks in a row but I'm pretty sure that the Kloof Pass will open. It adds 10 minutes, 12 minutes to your travel time. So just bear that in mind to just maybe leave 15, 20 minutes early from home compared to what you would normally have done. Unfortunately, we are not able to roll the time back because the permissions and the authorities that have been given for traffic, we are only allowed to be on the road at a certain time. Understand this is a challenge, but 15 minutes I don't think is going to cause too much of a problem. So look out for updates on Thursday. So some rules for entering the prison ground. So your name will be on a list of entrants, which will speed up ticking off. There is no sticker that you need this year, but you're not allowed to bring firearms onto the grounds. Um, they can randomly search your vehicles, so just please be aware of that. There are prisoners that are walking around doing odd jobs at the prison, so please no interaction with them and no taking photographs of them. Please lock your cars or leave your valuables with friends or family, or do it at bag drop-off. Under no circumstances should you enter the hot springs. Firstly, it's dangerous, but secondly, they utilize that water to generate their drinking water. So please don't enter into that. And then no pets or animals are allowed to be brought with. So if you have a family member who's coming to support you, please ask them not to bring dogs or parrots or anything. The prison doesn't want any of that on the property. So when you enter the prison, you will enter the gate here and you will drive on the top road until you find a spot. There will be a sign and there will be somebody here directing you down, and then you will take a left. At this point, you will be on the run course, and this is the parking area here. I will show you a bigger slide now in more detail. Once you've unpacked, you will then walk, or if you're a competitor, you can ride your bike to transition. If you're going to ride your bike, please just make sure that you have your helmet on so that we don't have a race referee blowing his or her whistle in your face. Then this is where the finish area is and where the food stalls, etc. are. And then you go on down to transition. So there is no parking over here for very good reason. Even if it looks inviting to park there, please don't park there. It's quite marshy and you will probably get stuck. So this area is also designated for parking, which we were told about this weekend. So excuse the fact that the slide is not updated, but you just follow the parking marshals will tell you where to park. We will naturally start parking from here and work our way backward. There are just over 640 entrants, so please be mindful when you park not to waste space because we need to fit all the vehicles in. So just consider everybody, please. So this is the area you'll walk along here. The turnaround for the run will be here for the Maxi. The finish line will be here, and then you will be kind of ushered into the finish area where there will be drinks and water and Coke, etc., for you at the finish line. Some Hammer recovery drink, I think, will be there. There'll be tables and chairs here, and all the food and all the toilets will be here up at the top. And then there will also be nice at the end will be the igloo ice baths for you to cool down. So look out for that. But in the morning, importantly, when you come in, if you have not registered in one of the three registrations I mentioned, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, you need to make your way up to this registration section here. It's in the hall inside. It is also the bag drop-off zone. So once you've put your goodies and your bikes in transition, you can go and leave your bag there for safekeeping. We will number it with your race number. So when you come there, you will need to be able to provide your race number. I might as well tell you at this point, you also need to have your hand marked with your race number, because you're not allowed to wear your race number, or you shouldn't be wearing your race number under your wetsuit. So if we have to pull you out of the water for the swim, or you decide to bail out and get onto the boat, we need to know your number so that we can remove you from the race, just for security and for safety purposes. So at some point, you're going to get your hand marked either here or at registration. So then if your hand is marked, we can tag your bag with that number. Once you've done all of that, or if you hadn't had to do any of the registration, you will proceed and walk to transition, where they will check you into transition. The race referees will be there. So make sure your helmet is on your head, clipped, fastened, and that you can get into transition. And then you will rack your bikes in the designated area and the demarcated area for your race distance that you are doing. Excuse me, hold on one sec. Sorry about that. So right now we have the mini racks here and the maxi racks here. We have 400 odd in the maxi and about 180 in the mini. So once we pack the racks out on Thursday, we will confirm which will work best. So we might flip these two around, but there will be signs and there will be people in transition telling you where to rack. So take this as purely you will rack in your demarcated area. Okay. You will also notice here, this is drawn as bike out, bike in. It will be one, there will be no fence in between, I don't think. But you will exit on the left and you will come in on the left. And the swim in and the run out will be the same entry, because there will be a timing mat at this point. So let me just go back to this. We've had a few requests about people wanting to put demarcation items on their bicycles so that they can find them. This is not allowed. You could just imagine if everybody puts a demarcation item on their bicycle, you still won't be able to find your bike. So I suggest you come, rack your bike early, walk through transition, pace it out, find out where your bike is so that you know where to get to. Okay. So you will also see when you enter into transition at the swim in, there will be a run out flag will be here, and there will be a bike out and a bike in flag there. So that would just to demarcate for you. So just follow the flags. You just go out on the green and in on the red. So the swim course, there's a small change this year. We will start the maxi first and then the mini. So the swim starts on the facing the water on the right-hand side and exits on the left-hand side, so the opposite to this. We will start the maxi first. As I said, the orange buoy, which demarcates the mini swim turn, is purely a sighting buoy for the maxi. You do not need to swim on the right-hand side of that. You can swim either side of that, but you have to swim around the yellow buoy on you'll make a left shoulder turn, and then you will make another left shoulder turn and swim in. And likewise for the mini, when we start you will make a left shoulder turn and a left shoulder turn. We will monitor this swim start, and we will try, if it is safe, to start the mini when the last or the last of the maxi swimmers are rounding this buoy, so that you will coincide with them here. This is just so that we do not spread the water safety out too much. But that I will confirm at Water's Edge with you on Saturday morning. So you will we'll walk you into the water, so you'll be kind of chest deep. The reason for that is the water is very high. We don't know where some of the trees are, and I don't want you to be charging into the water from the bank and then stumbling over a tree or a branch. So from a safety perspective, we will walk you in. Please try not to creep too far ahead, and then we will blow the hooter and sound you off. If you're unsure or feel a little bit intimidated by 400 people starting the swim, just self-seed yourself. When we blow the hooter, just walk in behind them. You'll probably take 15, 20 seconds, and then you will be safe and not be in the washing machine. When you exit, you will run up the bank and into transition, which will be here. And this block is the team changeover points. And on the right-hand side, we will have some bins for like buckets for you to wash your feet off. And then you will run to your bike, which hopefully you can find because you've done what I told you earlier. You will clip your helmet before you remove your bike from the rack. You walk or run, and you will exit transition, and there will be a green line where you will mount your bike. You will go through the petrol station, which is, I think, the next slide. You will go through like this. So this allows you to clip in on the flat, and then you will ride up the hill on the left-hand side and exits. Likewise, when you come back, you will come down on the left-hand side, being slowed down at this point. There will be signs along here, and we will have someone waving a flag there for you. You will dismount, you will enter, rack your bike before you unclip your helmet. And at this point, the biker needs to remove his helmet and rack his bike as if he was an individual, and then run and do the changeover to the team member. So just on that, the team member changeover is you just change the chip. So the swimmer will hand the biker the chip. The biker will then have the race number and run off to go and do the bike leg. So they will run, get their bike, exit, come back, just like, as I said, remove the helmet, go to the runner, change the chip and possibly the race number, and then exit. But you always have to have your race number on. So, and remember, on the bike, you need to have the race number on the back and for the run on the front. So if you don't have a race belt, I suggest you possibly pick one up at registration. So that's fairly simple. So you will go around and you will exit over here. So you won't come through this side here, but that will be fenced off, and it'll be clearly demarcated on race morning. Okay. So you will then ride so you'll ride up a hill, and then you will exit the gate which you came in when you drove in. And this road from the gate to the road where you turned off from Rawsonville is 7 kilometers. And then the mini will make a right turn, and you will head out in the direction of Neckies for 3 kilometers. I think, yeah, to a turn where there will be a traffic officer and a marshal. You will make it, so you're going to cross over the road onto the correct side of the road, and then you will make a 180-degree turn at the turning points, come back on the correct side of the road, and you will turn into the prison road on the correct side, left-hand side of the road. Here is the turning point. It will be clearly demarcated. And just remember when you're turning in on the Mini, you could be also dealing with some of the Maxi cyclists who will be coming from this side. So you keep left, the Maxi will keep right, and then you will blend in and merge together. So you don't do it on the corner, you do it a few hundred meters down. I will go through that on the Maxi now. So as you can see, the route profile is fast and flat, 126 meters of elevation. And then, as I said, you will come in through the gate, you will make the left turn, go down the hill and dismount, and then you will rack your bike, team changeover, as I said, and then you will run out, you will run along this gravel road, and then you will exit onto the tar road. There will be a water point here this year. And then you will run 2.5 kilometers out to the turning point where there will be another water point. It will be the Sportsman's Warehouse turning point. We have allocated enough water for everybody in sachets, so you can drink and cool yourself, but please be mindful of the fact that don't waste water. We've allocated like 10 sachets per person. So just be mindful of the people who are behind you. Don't take 10 or 15 sachets to cool yourself down, please. As you can see, the run route is even flatter than the bike route. So we should look out for some fast times, and you'll be finished and presented with a medal by one of our team members. So if we go to the Maxi, and sorry, if there's any questions you might have, just write them in the comments and then we will answer them for you. So when you come out of the prison road, which is this road running along here, you are going to take a left turn and you're going to ride on the inside of some cones and this section from basically this blue sign to this blue sign where the traffic officers will be coned. And then you will ride on the left-hand side in the yellow, and you will do this triangle twice. So we will have somebody at turn 1, at turn 2, and turn 3. But all you have to do is count to 2. So you do 2 loops, and then you're going to make a right turn. And here's where it becomes critical. You will turn onto the right-hand side of the road. So you'll be cycling back to the prison road entrance in the coned area that you rode out on, facing traffic. We don't need to cross you over for 600 meters and then cross you back. And this is where you need to be mindful when you turn in that you stay on the incorrect side of the road, so the right-hand side of the road when you turn in to the prison road, so that you blend in. Oh, we don't have that. So you blend in with the mini guys that are coming from the opposite direction. So as you finish your 2 loops on the triangle, you turn right, you go against traffic, you turn right, you stay right, you go down the little hill, and once it's safe, past the cones, you start to blend in and move to the left-hand side of the road and ride back to the prison. It's fairly self-explanatory, I think, when you see it on race day. Once again, you'll come in, do the dismounts, and you will exit at the run out, and then you will finish. You will do the run and you do 2 loops. You're going to have a turn point over here and then do the second loop and finish. Once again, same flat run course, 2 loops of the same. So the aqua bike follows exactly what I've just told the Maxi. The only difference is that you will finish your bike leg, but to get the finish time, you're going to have to do this 300-meter section of a run or a walk. And as you enter the road, you will turn and go through the finish arch. That will confirm your time. I will check with timing. I don't think it will be a problem that we can finish your race time here. But to qualify that time, you will have to finish over the finish line. We can't have you finishing here and then hanging around in transition becomes a safety issue for the competitors who are following. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. After we have finished the race, we will. I need to get back to Andrew. Where's that? Andrew, where's the stuff where it showed the race village?
Back.
Ah, sorry, here we go. Sorry about that. So we will hold prize giving will be around here where all the food and drinks and that are. There's, by the way, there's toilets up here. There is toilets in the buildings. There are some toilets down at transition. So there will be more than enough toilets. So you can look out for them either in buildings or in the portaloos. So just a few things about opening registration. Naturally, we will try to open registration for you as soon as we possibly can. But bear in mind, it's not just about when the last biker is off the bike course, because you will be walking back to the car on the run route. So we need to find a balance between having all the bikers off and enough runners off the course that you are able to walk without hindering the runners on the run course. So please don't get too anxious about that. We will obviously try to open that for you as soon as possible. To get your bike out of transition, you will have to hand in your chip, and I'll show you what the chip and the number looks like shortly, and you will have to have your race number with you. So keep your race number on, come hand your bike in. Without that, we're not able to dish that out for you. So I just want to check through my notes to see if I've the littering. So when you go through the water points, we will have a section where you should stop littering. There will be a large bin and there will be some prime cleaning services tape. Please don't litter past that point. If a race referee sees you, he can disqualify you or she can disqualify you. Obviously, if you drop something accidentally, we won't disqualify you, but please don't litter past that. It makes our job a lot easier to clean up afterwards. I was at the venue yesterday. The water is somewhere between 14 and 15 degrees, so I'm pretty sure it will be a wetsuit legal swim. If you are coming on race day and you're planning to use a disc wheel, please do bring an alternative. Weather conditions look like they're going to be fantastic on Saturday morning, but at Brunfley they can change in a heartbeat. And if the race referee decides to not allow disc wheels, I wouldn't want you to have to pack up and go home because of that. So please bring an alternative. And I will do a small race briefing at Water's Edge on race morning just to confirm any of the rules and if there's been any changes to the course, which we will do just before. There's one thing I do need to say is that we will close transition at 7:30 in the morning and everyone needs to exit. And oh, by the way, transition is only open to athletes. You can't have family members walking into transition when you're checking your bikes in. And I do recommend coming to transition with your items in a backpack so that your hands are free. You know, having these big boxes balancing on top tubes is not ideal. And you obviously are also not allowed to leave bags or boxes or anything in transition. You can only leave your bike gear and your run gear at your bike. There is also 5 bikes per rack, so please be mindful. We have to fit 600 and something bikes into transition, so please be mindful of the fact that you shouldn't take up more space than has been allocated for you. There's more than enough space at 5 bikes per rack. Obviously, always be courteous towards the race referees and to the marshals. Please, we have the race referees are doing this for the love of the sport, so we don't need to have any unnecessary situations with them. I'm just checking my notes to see if I've covered everything. I think I have. If you have any questions, please. Okay.
But do you want to show the number first?
Okay, so let me show you the number and the race chip. So I'll answer the questions now. So this is the race number. This is for the Maxi orange. If you happen to downgrade on the day, you will race on this number. We will just draw a line through your number, and the race referee will know that. Okay, and then this is the chip that you get. So it needs to be on your left ankle, left, the opposite side to the chain on your bicycle. It comes with this Velcro strap. So if you would like a more comfortable strap, we do have chip straps with nice comfortable neoprene, which you can get at registration. So once again, the number, it does have holes in for your race number. If you decide to pin it, remember it needs to be on the back, on your back for the bike and the front for the run. So that means you'll have to stop, take your top off. So a race belt is definitely worthwhile. So let me read some of the questions. Could you put it on here so I can read it or not?
Watch.
Sorry, what? Okay, don't worry. Okay, so the first question, what are the cutoff times for each leg? That is under the FAQs on the website. So if we go here, we should be able to find them. The bottom here. The time to complete the sprint is 2 hours, and the standard is 4:30, and there is a cutoff for the swim. So it's 30 minutes for the sprint and 1:10 for the standard. Okay, where is that thing?
Click that.
Sorry, hold on one sec. Just get that up again. How do friends enter the prison if they're coming in their own car? Is there a time they must be in the prison? Okay, so that's a good question. They can come into the prison, but they will have to obviously fill in the register. They will park in the same areas where the athletes park, and they would need to be in by 7:30, I would say, because once the race starts, it's going to put too much traffic on the road. So are wetsuits optional for the swim? That is a decision that the race referee will make on race morning, but right now it looks like it will be optional. For the team Maxi, is IDs for all members needed at registration, or can one member with the ID pick up everything? Okay, well, Yaku, that would be, then you need to fill in the proxy for the other team members.
No.
Yes, because we will need all. You just fill in the proxy for the other two members if one of them is picking up the goodie bag. For the Maxi, is there water points on the bike? No, there aren't. It's 40 kilometers. You can take more than enough water on your bicycle. There's Cobus, no boxes in transition. It's just a towel. Steve, yes, on the grass area, there is places for the club gazebos, same as last year, and that's more or less where prize giving will be, and you can also see where the runners are running on the course. Swim caps provided, and what color are accepted? Yes, we will provide swim caps. It will be in your goodie bag, and you need to use that swim cap. It's orange, by the way. The transition for teams, Yolandi, works identical to individuals. The only thing is there's the changeover point, as I mentioned, that little orange block. So your swimmer will start at the swim start. They will then exit, hand over the chip to the biker, who will put it on his left ankle, run to his bike, put his helmet on, exits, do the bike, come in, dismount, rack his bike, take his helmet off, run, hand over at the changeover point to the runner, and the runner will then do the run course and finish. I hope that's clear enough. Cut-off times for Maxi. Okay, I've been through that one already.
Yes.
Yes, the cut-off time includes start to finish, 4 hours 30. For the Maxi, 110 out of the water is once you need to have finished 110 by the time you cross the mat into T1. So finish time is the company doing the timing. The timing will be live. We will provide a link on our websites. Obviously, the data is not available online just yet, but as soon as they have loaded everything for us, we will share with you a link for times that you will be able to share with family and friends to see your times. And yeah, so look out for that. We'll also share it on the WhatsApp group. And please, if you want to be kept up to date with last minute notifications, do join the WhatsApp group. Are tri bikes allowed on the Mini? Yes, all events are non-drafting. So tri bikes, mountain bikes, road bikes, gravel bikes, everything is allowed, just not allowed to draft. Just thought of something, Steve, with regards to the gazebos for the clubs. I would recommend that when you put your gazebos up in the morning, please peg them down and put the guide ropes down, because if you are out on the bike doing the event and the wind comes up, it could be mayhem, because the wind can really come up there in a moment, and it can be gusting. So if you're going to put up a gazebo, please just tie them down. For T1, can we take a bag to put the wetsuit into? No, you cannot take a bag into transition to put your wetsuit into. Sorry. Once again, the reason for that is if everyone takes a bag and the wind comes up, transition will look like a mess, and then there will be obstacles for people to trip over. So you can hang your wetsuits over the bike rack, and then it should be fine when you come at the end of the race. Sorry, the cutoff for the Mini at 2 hours. Surely not. The full race cutoff time, as half of last year's field finished the run after the 2 hour mark. Um, I don't think that's true, Brendan.
It might have been because the good pushback.
It's so remember the Mini's cutoff time. That is the time from TSA is 2 hours. I will check that up and I will get back to you on that. I'll just make a note. It's a pleasure, Steve. Nice to have you racing with us this year. So if that's all the questions, I'm going to get the result from it. As I said, Brendan, I will check that and I'll come back to you.
2010.
Okay, so Yolandi, thank you very much. Yeah, there's a lot of first timers at the event, and you will not be the only ones. If you have any questions, we will be around in the morning. Just look out for one of us. We will happily guide you through. We'll also have people in transition helping you with your laying out of your items. So don't worry about it. You're not going to be the only ones out there that are first timers. But thank you very much for joining us. Brendan, I know there's a lot of people who are afraid that they won't finish. Believe me, I'm pretty sure everybody will finish. Most people, they say they can't go as fast as they go, but
It's 3 hours.
so the okay, I've just checked up so
You can say it.
the mini cutoff for the swim is 30 minutes, 2 hours for the bike after the start, and 3 hours for the finish in total. So sorry, I'll have to wrap Andrew over the knuckles for that one. So thanks for pointing that out, Brendan. So I don't need to get back to you now. I've answered that one. Sorry if I missed it. Okay, so Sine, yeah, you can always go back and watch the race briefing once the live stream is finished. So the transition will close at 7:30, and the start time for the swim, I don't know which race you're doing offhand, but it will be 8 o'clock for the Maxi, and it will be whatever reasonable time the last swimmers are rounding the last buoy of the Maxi when we will start the mini.
Oops.
Yeah, Brendan, I'm sure they did. But you never know. Maybe we would have started some new pro athletes out there while they were chasing the cutoff times. Okay, I doesn't look like there's any more questions. Um, as I said, if you know of any people who didn't see the race briefing yet, you can let them know. They can check it on our YouTube channel. It'll be live within the next few minutes after this. So thank you very much. See you either Wednesday or Thursday. Oh, one last thing, sorry. Please understand, we will be doing Race Village setup from Thursday. So communication after Thursday is going to be um, delayed because we are busy working and the signal out at Brunflay is not the best. So we will definitely answer your questions, but please just allow for longer response times. Yaku, no, there is no alternative parking. They will have to go to that parking if they arrive after 8, but they just need to be mindful of the cyclists that are on the road heading out when they come in. So, and just be respectful of when they cross over into the prison of the cyclists that are heading out. Okay, so I'm going to sign off now. If there's any questions, please check the website, check the FAQs. All the information is there. Andrew will update the cutoff times for the mini now. Thanks for that, Brendan. And yeah, see you guys later in the week. And if not, see you on Race More.